the season is over. The Blues end the season the way they started it, with a shootout loss in Dallas and an 82-game season that saw them fall. Just 6 points shy of a playoff spot will come to an end.
Sounds like the Blues have made a trade. Matthew Joseph.
Oh, I got a different one.
Be a new St. Louis Blue.
They got Radek Faksa from the Dallas Stars.
Craig Button on with us talking about Ryan Suter. Said, I wouldn't even offer him the minimum. Well, Doug Armstrong would, and he did. And yesterday, Ryan Suter accepted that deal to play here in St. Louis.
Offer sheets are out there, too. I think there's a thought that offer sheets are taboo by managers. Offer sheets that don't work are taboo by managers.
The Blues are tendering offer sheets to Philip Broberg and Dylan Holloway.
Breaking news this morning for Blues fans. The Edmonton Oilers have not matched the offer.
I think it was reported that I wouldn't have done this to Kenny Holland. That's the furthest thing from the truth. Quite honestly, I'd do it to my mother if she was managing the Oilers.
I mean, the roster's a lot deeper right now. I mean, it's unbelievable what two players can do to a roster.
Bruins have now been outscored 10-1 in third periods on home ice this year. Don't have a goal since the home opener.
His disappointment in the decision I had to make yesterday in making the coaching change. I have nothing but respect and utmost appreciation for Jim Montgomery as a hockey coach.
You're in a spot right now where you're in that weird middle of wanting to compete but needing to develop. And Montgomery might be a guy who he did it in Dallas, he did it in college, and he just did it in Boston.
There is a lack of urgency of getting pucks to the middle and getting them at the net curbs. An empty net goal against and a 3-1 loss here on the island.
We're here to discuss the hiring of Jim Montgomery as the head coach of the St. Louis Blues. We're excited to have Jim part of our staff. It's a good day for the Blues.
Well, the Blues beat the Rangers 5-2. You can bring out the Zamboni. Congratulations to Jim Montgomery. Wins his first game as head coach of the St. Louis Blues.
We have work to do. It's a great start, though. That's all it is, a start. But we got a lot of work to do. We're going to be a good hockey team.
We acquired Cam Fowler today. We're excited to have Cam join our organization.
Blues to the front. Shoot, they score! Cam Fowler for the St. Louis Blues in game number 1,000 puts the Blues up 1-0. They score! And Cam Fowler's got 2 in the game. You can bring out the Zamboni. That's a winner at Wrigley Field. And the St. Louis Blues beat the Blackhawks 6-2 here in the Winter Classic. Tough homestand for the St. Louis Blues. Unable to follow up a really solid victory in Vegas. The Blues fall 3 straight on home ice.
Elliot Friedman just tweeted out, hearing Brandon Saad and the St. Louis Blues are working on a mutually agreed contract termination.
I'm not in the room. I don't know why they say those things. I don't know why they can't correct those things. I don't know why our home record is under 500. I don't know why we didn't embrace the opportunity of a 3-game homestand to make hay. But my job is to observe it and then say, okay, well, what do we need to do moving forward? And part of the retool is we're finding out positive and negatives about a lot of different situations in our group.
The time's going to wind down on this one. And once again, the Blues left wondering, how do you win 3 in a row?
Centering pass, McDavid scores! Connor McDavid wins it for Canada! And Jordan Binnington has done it again. The story is Jordan Binnington. Many couldn't believe he was the #1 goalie in this tournament for Canada. Binner is a winner. And a lot of people are going to have to eat some crow because of the performance of Jordan Binnington.
The Blues have picked up 3 out of 4 points coming out of the break, and it's a good 3-1 win tonight. A 4-1 win tonight for the Blues over the LA Kings. And the Blues have won 4 games in a row. The Blues win in LA to kick off the West Coast trip. 2 big points and back to within 1 of a playoff spot.
Coming out of the Four Nations event, as our team started to progress, they kept playing better, and at the end of the day, we ended up moving forward with a team that's playing excellent hockey right now.
Shen to Broberg. Broberg scores! Broberg with the wild card trumper tonight. Game winner, bring out the Zamboni. The Blues are in a playoff spot. Overtime win over the Vancouver Canucks. They put it on front to McCarthy, shoot, save Binnington, and bring out the Zamboni. 9 games in a row won by the Blues.
Cam Fowler, the 2-on-1, goes top shelf on Cam Talbot, and the Blues extend their win streak to 10 games. Robert Thomas, the overtime winner, as the Blues flood the ice to tie a franchise record for 11 consecutive wins.
I think like every sensible person, Jets fans are hoping to avoid the St. Louis Blues based on how they're playing right now. There is a real sense of 2019 deja vu.
2 seconds left, that'll do it. Bring out the Zamboni and put 12 wins on it. The Blues have won 12 games in a row, setting a new franchise record. Butch Navitz for the deflection. They shoot, they score! Jimmy Snuggerud, his first as a Blue. Blues brought the season back from the brink. And you can bring out the Zamboni. They beat the Utah Hockey Club 6-1. They earn a trip to the Stanley Cup Playoffs. They'll face off against the Winnipeg Jets. And the St. Louis Blues will have a chance to win the Cup this year.